Welcome to the Supplier Spotlight interview, brought to you by Universal Unilink. In each episode, we dive into insightful conversations with our top suppliers to uncover the expertise and innovations that drive your business forward. Let's get started.
Momentec is the new unified brand created through the merger of Augusta Sportswear and Founders Sports Group, bringing together powerhouse names like Augusta, Holloway, Pacific Headwear, Badger, and others under a single modern identity. What does this mean to distributors at team sports, corporate apparel, and promotional products? That's what we're going to find out. We brought on Momentec Key Accounts Manager Garret Shivley to learn what this new combination means for distributors and how Momentec aims to support programs of all sizes. Garret, thank you so much for being with us because we really want to hear what you have to tell us.
Marty, I appreciate that. And I feel like we should put you on the payroll. That was a pretty good intro. Well done, my friend.
Well, we have been working with Augusta and Founders Sports Group for many, many years. I think there's probably not a lot of people in the industry, whether it's team sports or promotional products or uniforms, that is not familiar with the brand. But we're really excited to hear what you have to say about what all of the new stuff coming through Momentec, what that means for our members to actually get the stuff that their customers want.
Right. And you did a pretty good job of giving everybody a zoomed out view of who we are. And I'll give a quick background. We are Augusta and Badger. About 2 years ago, Platinum Equity came in and purchased both. We were each other's biggest competitors. So under one roof now, we are Augusta. That's going to be our versatile, think opening price point stock core offering along with C2 Sport. We also have Badger, which is team and performance of apparel, along with Holloway. So that's that premium corporate lifestyle, think retail, outerwear. Fun fact, we were the creator of the varsity jacket. I believe that was in 1946. Don't quote me on that. Allison Athletic, that's performance uniforms on field, on court, on pitch. Pacific Headwear, which has been one of our fastest growing lines by far, along with Russell Athletic. And then Chroma Gear and Freestyle is, that's what we call our sublimated apparel. So the brand offering is strong. It's very large, and quickly overnight, when we became Momentec Brands, we also became the largest producer of sublimated apparel. I have to stay in the Western Hemisphere because China doesn't report their numbers, but it could be in the world. So we do sublimated custom apparel very, very well, and we do quite a bit of it.
So we have a lot to start with. I mean, I know that team sports has been the bread and butter of Augusta and Founders and all of the sub brands. And I'm sure that's still going forward going to be the case. How are you going to grow that business?
Yeah, and a little bit of my background, I was hired a few months before the merger and tasked with building out what we call the PPD channel, promotional product distributors. And we are viewed through that lens of athletic apparel and uniforms. Team sports is our bread and butter and has been for a long time and will continue to be. But with the brand offering that we have, there was no reason that we couldn't support what we call the PPD channel. And it's been interesting as I've worked with buying groups, Universal Unilink being our top buying group, all of the athletic opportunities that your members have. So when I first started, I was trying to shift the optics away from that, and I've started to lean into that uniform business, but also point out, and we'll get to some of that later on in the interview, call it a hunch, some of that corporate lifestyle product that we have, along with Pacific Headwear that has really taken off. So we're that perfect hybrid when it comes to um, both corporate and school opportunities.
Thing that really comes to mind with the team sports aspect of Momentec is I guess you call it the technical aspect of the fabrics, because I mean, everybody that they're going to be doing a lot of strenuous activities. They need moisture wicking, they need stretching, they need durability. How does that translate into corporate apparel and promotional wear?
Yeah, I'll answer that in two parts. One, the DNA of our cloth is second to none. If you were to visit our Statesville facility, for instance, which you have, we have a lab. All of our product is lab tested, and we stand by all of our product. The second piece of that is we are a decorator. So if we sell the product, we do have the ability to embellish it, and we do it at a very high level. We decorate product very, very well. And when you're both the manufacturer and the decorator, you're creating. We understand that the apparel and headwear that we're making is meant to be a blank canvas. We're the lion's share of what we sell are not blank. Uh, your members want to get these goods to the end customer and help them brand, their business, their school, whatever it is. So what goes into the DNA of that cloth, what comes out on the back end, typically is very, very easy to embellish, as we understand that that's the end purpose of our product.
Well, yes, having the fact that you guys do the decorating in-house, and I've been, like you mentioned, at your Statesville facility, seen the lab, and I've seen right there on site all your decoration capabilities. So you've got the distributors that they either can't or don't want to do that on their own. And that's a great option for them because they don't have to ship it to another decorator. Who are the people that maybe they want to handle it all themselves? You offer the blanks and all of that as an option as well.
Absolutely. So while the fact that we do decorate our own product is a big value add for many of your members, it creates a single invoice solution, and it's I believe the number of mistake orders is you normally right around 10%. So 1 out of 10 orders that are getting embellished, something goes wrong, a crooked logo, or the apparel gets burned through the dryer on the heat press, snagged on the embroidery machine. So it avoids the extra transit time, the added order, but it also provides a single invoice solution. Now, for those members, and you have a lot of members that are a decoration facility, those are the easiest orders that we fulfill every single day are the blanks. We ship same day, place the order before 2 p.m. Eastern time, and we do that with a smile on our face. Those are the easiest orders that we get.
So I know you guys get things in and out of that warehouse pretty quickly because I've seen your herd of robots that are roaming through your warehouse. It's pretty amazing. So all that technology is being put to use to make sure that orders are taken, they're accurate, and they're going out the door quickly.
That's correct. Yeah, I remember my first visit to the warehouse as well, and getting instructed just walk normally. The robots will avoid you, and but it creates accurate picking. I believe that our accuracy rate on shipping same day is over 99% at this point, um, on those orders placed before 2 p.m. Eastern time. So it removes the human error, and to be honest, it makes for a fun tour.
Now, speaking of warehouses, the topic of inventory availability comes up. Uh, I understand you've got a new facility in North Carolina. How's that going to help with inventory and getting product out the door?
Absolutely. Well, I'll start with the inventory piece. When you merge two companies that were as large as Augusta and Founder, there's going to be some overlap. And over the past 6 months, we've worked very hard on what we call SKU rationalization, um, and that's essentially not having two of the same products. And as we've simplified our product selection, what that's allowed us to do is to go very, very deep in inventory and expand the color palettes in those key items. So we are going to be absolutely loaded in inventory going into 2026, which has created the need for a larger DC. And we've got one, as I'm sure some of your members have seen on social media, LinkedIn primarily. I believe it's going to be a 650,000 roughly square foot facility in Kannapolis, North Carolina, just north of Charlotte. We're really excited to consolidate the Augusta DC, South Boston, Sydney, Ohio. We have 4 very large DCs. Statesville, which you have toured, are now going to be in a single spot in Kannapolis, with all of our decoration and embellishing equipment there as well. So and we're right around the corner from that opening up in Q1. So I believe early March, you'll see a ribbon getting cut on LinkedIn.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm hoping you offer tours to distributor members once that facility opens, as well as you did with your Statesville location.
Absolutely. And I got to get my tour first, and then I'll be more than happy to provide those.
All right. So, new products coming down the line, new products that were released. I know that last year you had the Ventura line, which was very popular. Tell us about that and any other new product lines that our members need to know about.
Yeah. I always like to start with what we foresee as the 2026 trends. So you're going to see, I'll point out 2 trends. You're going to see these not just with Momentec product, but with other suppliers as well. And those 2 trends, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen.
Sure.
It'll make it easier to show some of the product.
That works.
All right. And Marty, so two of the trends that we're seeing as we lead into 2026. The first one is neutral and modern shades. Think muted colors. The reasoning that, an educated guess as to why that is. Customers, end users, they're looking for something new. If, let's say, your client is Hertz, they might be sick of black, gold, white, and gray quarter zips polos, fill in the blank. They want something fresh, but they also don't want to damage their brand.
Right.
That's where these neutral and modern shades come in. They can do something that's a little different, but still on brand. And then we're also seeing a lot of retro inspired looks, heavy color blocking, as well as striped. What's old is new. Everything's cyclical. So
Right.
you'll see quite a bit of this, not just from us, but from some of your other apparel suppliers as well. So I'll jump. Our newest collection is our Heritage collection. This is a 9-ounce, so it's heavier, but it's also a thin French terry. It has a great hand to it, and you can see this is a perfect representation of those neutral muted colors with a retro inspired cut and feel to them. And I don't know if your members know this or not, but cardigans are back. They have been trending. So while the Heritage collection that you're looking at is only 4 pieces strong, currently we are going to expand color palettes as well as the item assortment. I believe we're going to try to get this to 10 pieces by the end of 2026.
All right.
Marty, you mentioned the Ventura collection, which I will jump to now. I won't spend a ton of time, as most of your members are familiar with it. The Ventura collection, think athleisure. This is, I believe it's a 6.37 ounce. It's a poly spandex blend. And when you look at the Ventura collection, think Viore, Lululemon. Athleisure has been on trend for years and years for both men and women. And what I've discovered over 2025 is business casual is becoming much more casual. So this line has absolutely taken off for us.
I think that's a trend we've seen coming out of the pandemic.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's amazing what Zoom and Teams have done for us.
That's right.
And then I'll also point out in the middle of this slide, you'll see Echo Revive. Anytime you see the Echo logo or Echo Revive, that means that over 50% of that product is made from recycled material, which is becoming a much more important story to tell. And we continue to, I believe we have right around 200 SKUs that fall into this category, and we grow more and more with that Eco Revive brand every year.
And I would like to add that back in the day, those recycled materials were kind of stiff and scratchy. That's not the case anymore. I got to say, like you were mentioning it, the soft touch and the hand of some of these garments, I think it would really be a benefit for members to get their hands literally on some samples in order to see what these are like.
Absolutely. And they're always, and Marty, you will share my information. They are more than welcome to email me. And because to your point, um, I can say that this has the feel of a Lululemon, the quality of a Fiore, but until they touch and feel it, um, seeing is believing. And in this case, touching is believing. So always more than happy to provide samples.
Okay.
Uh, I'll jump to one more collection that has done very, very well for us in 2025 and will continue to do so in 26. That is our Reprieve collection. The belle of the ball here is really the jacket, the men's and women's cut. Uh, we have had a hard time keeping that on the shelf. We also have a men's and women's cut vest, which has the chevron pattern to it. It's the right cut. It's at the right price. And again, you've got that echo in there, so it tells the story that it's a sustainably produced product. I'm going to stop sharing for a moment, Marty. I'll let you chime in if you've got a question.
Well, you mentioned samples. So getting samples of specific products, it's just a matter of contacting you and the team at Momentec.
It is. You can also place those at a discount. We do have the policy in on our vendor sheet, but you know, I also love to have that individual interaction with your members. And I haven't gotten my wrist slapped yet on giving away some free samples here and there. So it's normally beneficial to reach out to me directly.
All right. So we'll make sure that your contact information is available uh, with this interview. So while we're talking about samples, what about spec samples? If we've got a client that it's a big one for us, we want them to really see what their logo looks like. What can you do for members?
So we do have a free spec sample program with Pacific Headwear. That includes any stock headwear with either a flat or 3D embroidery or faux leather or a leather patch, because we know that specs write checks, as the saying goes. When it comes to apparel, there are no minimums for DTF and DTG, so heat press logos. So those are pretty easy for your members to order. And then there's no MOQ for our sublimated product, which blows people's minds. There's not a setup. So you could order a single piece and that's fully customizable. We can do a PMS match. There's no limitation on colors, on number of logos. So there's multiple ways to get specs in your members' hands.
That's so great. I'm glad you mentioned the sublimated line again. In the beginning of the interview, you talked about being the biggest supplier of sublimated apparel. Uh, Talk about how easy it is using the tools on the Momentix site to design something completely unique.
Yeah, the builder is very, very intuitive. You could have, and this goes for our headwear as well as our guy sub. Uh, you're 5 clicks away from having a fully customized design product. And to me, I feel like I have a fresh set of eyes on the promotional product distributor channel as a whole. I've been in textiles, apparel, and headwear for 20 years, high level. Um, but I've only been in this channel for a couple years, and to me, sublimation is one of the more underutilized tools that your members have at their fingertips, and it gives them a few advantages. One, it creates very simple pricing. We have a turbo tee, for instance, that they could walk in and say, "This is $25. Your purchase price, dear end user," and they can do whatever they want to it. I can't tell you the number of times that I've had a T-shirt order. You send, the art approval, and they want to add a logo to the sleeve. Well, now do you get a new PO? Do you eat the cost? With sublimated apparel, they can do whatever they want. They can dream it up, and it's not going to change the price. So simplified pricing.
Right.
Two, and this is the most important, it is made to order. So you never have to worry about inventory. And then the third one is that MOQ. There is none. You can order a single piece. So inevitably, you're doing t-shirts for a 5K with the 15 sponsors on the back, and they say, hey, we had 2 last minute people register, 2 athletes that need a t-shirt in an XL and a 4XL. You're able to fulfill that order. And the next question I typically get at this point is, okay, well, what's the turnaround time? And we do have anything that says turbo in front of it, which we have quite a few offerings. We ship in 5 business days
That's great.
after the artwork's approved. And typical turnaround time is going to be right under 3 weeks for our sublimated product. So it's a great tool. We have a cotton touch option, so it's got that different hand if your customer doesn't want that poly hand to it. So the sky's the limit when it comes to sublimation.
I think that's a great concept of putting something that's completely unique, an all-over design, and putting it in a uniform program, because you'll never run out of inventory.
Absolutely. And that PMS match goes a long way, especially for those tough customers that have difficult colors. I had a customer that their largest client was Aflac, and Aflac has a very unique blue. So very rarely did they get garments with a base color of Aflac's blue, but they were able to create that through dye sub, and they utilize it quite a bit. That's just one example.
All right. So, creative team at Momentec is there to help with color matching and things like that. Any other things that they can offer to help maybe a distributor that doesn't have the tools that they need to get that creative edge?
Yeah. So on the builder, there's layouts that are pre-done. So there's some cookie cutter layouts. There's also some pretty crazy designs on there. They can go on there and they're just a few clicks away. Now, for fully custom, again, you can tell your customer they can dream it. We can do it. There's what we call a jot form, and you click that, describe it, and we should have our work back to you in 24 hours. We're here to help.
Oh, okay. That's great. Well, moving on, you mentioned Pacific Headwear. Tell us a little bit about that line.
Yeah. So I believe it is our fastest growing line, but certainly top 2. And when I get asked why, why has Pacific Headwear taken off? I'd be remiss. The lion's share of our production, I think it's close to 76, 77%, depends on the day and what's being ordered, is done in Mexico and some of the surrounding islands in Central America. And so that gives us a few tactical advantages. One, it allows us to replenish our inventory quick, in a quicker fashion. We don't have to put our product on a container, ship it overseas. So just having the product on the shelf with Pacific Headwear has been key. Our top selling SKU by far, and it's not even close, is our trucker hat. It's the 104C, because what do truckers say, Marty? 10-4.
10-4.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Easy to remember.
shout out to our marketing department for that one. So it's one, having the goods, because your members can't sell air. So we have deep inventory. 2, the quality of our decoration is second to none. We have, whether it's a woven patch, PVC, which we call flex style, sublimated patch, faux leather, our embroidery is second to none. That goes for our 3D embroidery as well. And then our turnaround time, we deliver the goods when we tell you we're going to deliver them. So that consistency and delivery, I don't know if anyone's ever tried to order a custom hat during the Chinese New Year. It can get pretty difficult. We don't run into that issue, as our custom hats are constructed in Mexico.
Okay. Well, if somebody wanted to get started with Momentec, what's the best step?
So if they do not have it, a good percentage of your members already have an account with us. But it's very easy. We hop on momentecbrands.com and then the resources tab and follow the prompts to become a customer. It takes about 8 minutes to fill out. And I've helped people through the process if there are any questions on that.
And of course, you've got all those great marketing tools like Zoom Catalog with your different segments all ready to go. Members put their logos on them. I'm not sure why more people aren't using Zoom Catalog, but it's a great resource.
It is to create customized flyers and catalogs to send to your end user. Take the it really takes the guesswork out for them and makes the decision easy for them to make.
All right. Well, Garrett, thank you for your time. Before we end our interview, anything else that you want to tell our members before we go?
Um, as you know, Marty, you've got a team here at Momentec Brand with myself, Frank Zurich, and Jonathan Labano. That we are all hands on deck. We really don't take days off. We're wildly responsive to our emails. We pick up our phones. So if a question arises, if an opportunity comes up, or if you have an issue with an order, please utilize, myself, Frank, and John. And then we have grown. This is the last. I'll leave everybody with this. Um, we we understand what's required in the PPD channel and the support that your members need. You have millions of SKUs at your fingertips, and that's a credit to Universal Unilink. Uh, we understand that customer service is paramount, and that your members need to be able to lean on their vendors. Since last Christmas, we have grown from 5 inside sales team members to now I believe we're over 60. Um, and so all of your members will have, when they create an account, I can have their own dedicated inside sales member assigned to them and their account so that they have an actual human that they can speak with and that they can get answers to their emails very quickly. And again, you also have Jonathan, myself, and Frank. So we're here to help. It's custom apparel and headwear is it's a difficult order and it requires a lot of attention to detail and we're here to provide that white glove concierge service along the way.
Well, Garrett, thank you so much for your time, and I hope our members will check out Momentec. I got to mention, if you haven't checked in with Momentec lately on our private member site, you want to check out that discount. I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised. And Garrett, thank you for your time.
Mari, I appreciate it.